Family, there is a problem. Honestly speaking, Nigeria is gradually becoming a failed state if something urgent is not done to solve the problem that Nigeria is facing. Right now, as we are speaking, the attack left and right is now become multiple attacks. It's like every day, continuously. That is what is happening in Nigeria. You see, I don't want a situation where we will limit the conversation to only Christians, only Muslims. I see it as a problem confronting Nigerians, be it Christians or Muslim. But we cannot deny the fact that Christians are dying the more, because we don't hear mostly in the news that mosques are being attacked like the churches are being attacked in the village and the rural communities. Let's be factual. But I don't want to limit it to Christians alone. When you do that, what happens is that those who die without being a Christian, they don't go to church and they fall victim to this. We are not calling for justice for them. Those who fall victim to these circumstances, without being Christians but Muslims, we are taking them out of the equation. So it's a problem confronting our brothers, Nigerians. We cannot. Somebody like me, I cannot limit the conversation. Just like Sudan has become a failed state. Almost a failed state right now as we are speaking, because Sudan doesn't have any government. The whole country is just like that. Now, I heard in the news, I'll give detail of that update actually in the next video, but let me just brief you and move forward. I heard in the news, the UAE, the leadership of the UAE, and Trump, the president of the United States, they had conversation about the situation in Sudan. And guess what? Under the narrative of they have to come together and go in Sudan and solve the problem there. You know what that means? You have no idea what that means. I don't want a situation where we will be on the continent calling or referring to the source of our problem to solve our problem. It makes us stupid all the time. Just this update is 19th November. The first one is a multiple 19th November 2025. Guess what? News came out that another reverend called Bobby Pascal, a parish priest of St. Stephen Parish in Kushe Guju, Kakaku, in Kaduna State, was murdered by Islamic, this group in the early hours of today, 19th November. This happened after a whole church. This is a church in Nigeria. The people went to church. They were not holding guns. They went to church to go and pray. I'm going to play multiple videos to you where the foreign minister of Nigeria was caught on an interview with Morgan. This man was caught on an interview. And what if you see the way this man was denying things on the interview? And the Canadian MP, former Canadian MP, know the situation confronting Nigerians better than the foreign minister. It was just a shameful thing. This video you are watching, a church, people are praying in the church. This group entered the church, started firing randomly into the people. Some of them died. They packed some away, packed their belongings. They robbed them. Small boys with AK-47. Small boys with, 2x4 guns, and then they are causing atrocity in Nigeria freely. So this is like, let's say, in the space of 1 week, students 25 were abducted, brigade general was murdered, a parish priest was murdered, a church was attacked. That is not even all. There are some that are not even in the news. Some communities, people posted their videos. They are running for their life. Why? Look at this old woman. The old woman cannot. We have a problem in Nigeria. Look at this old woman. Look at how the old woman is struggling to move. These people went there to worship their God peacefully. They were not carrying weapons. Church is not a place you go to and you prepare for battle. No, you don't prepare for battle. You go there, lay down and pray and worship your God. But guess what? They came. Even in the church, it's not safe. I'm just surprised that the big pastors in Nigeria are not saying anything about the situation in Nigeria. They are interested in collecting tithe and first fruits. sowing seed than dealing with the serious situation confronting Nigeria, because it has not gotten to their door. That is why. Now, let me present you this interview and listen to how the foreign minister made a claim that will get you wondering, are we safe in Nigeria? We have a lot of things to talk about.
Those that lost their lives when...
How many Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009?
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 are killed. And it does not mean that the kid...
But you said to me... You said to me earlier... You said to me earlier you did... Yeah, but hang on. Foreign Minister...
The foreign affairs minister of Nigeria, currently, not formal, is saying that for the past 5 years, only 170 Christians have been unalive in Nigeria. Look at how the Canadian MP, this is a former Canadian MP, look at how she is surprised that this man is saying that for the past 5 years, only 170 Christians. They asked him again and again. I don't want to play. We're wasting time on him. But he made this claim like that. And the Canadian MP took the conversation to explain the situation. This is what the Canadian MP said. Let me play that video and we move forward.
Here's what's happening in Nigeria is jihad. It's the exact same thing that happened on October 7 by Islamists when they broke into Israel and murdered Jews yelling Allahu Akbar. It's the exact same thing that ISIS terrorists did to the Yazidis in Iraq. It's the exact same thing that happened in Lebanon. Here's the only difference between what's happening today in Nigeria versus what happened 1400 years ago when the Muslim Arab invaders came to Persia is that back then people did not have cameras, but today they do. It is 100% jihad. We've seen it before. This is how the Islamist playbook always happens.
Well, I don't think that the foreign minister was denying that bad things have been happening. He's just denying that it constitutes a genocide and that the numbers
of course, because his government is a part of it.
Of murders of Christians.
I think his government is complicit. Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. One of the things that he didn't mention to you is that typically it's been a constitutional convention in Nigeria that if the prime minister is Muslim, then if the president is Muslim, then the vice president is Christian. If the president is Christian, then the vice president is Muslim. This is intended to have a proper representation of the Nigerian population. Right now, you have a Muslim president, and then they decided to choose a Muslim vice president, and so there is actually no Christian representation in the Islamist government. By the way, this is a government that is working closely behind the scenes with the Islamic Republic of Iran. You should ask the foreign minister why Nigerian school children are holding pictures of the Ayatollah, who is a brutal dictator and is murdering my people in Iran. People need to look into the linkages between the current Nigerian government and the Islamic Republic of Iran. I was a politician for 7 years, Pierce, and I can tell when someone is lying and avoiding the truth. That's exactly what this foreign minister is doing, and shame on him for lying.
A lot of things the lady said are not my opinion, but I'm going to take one or two things and we deliberate on it. The last thing the lady said is that she has been a politician for long. So when someone is lying or a politician is lying, they know each other. They know each other. So the point that this lady made, she accused the Nigeria government. But what I want to capture is this. She said something about this is an, kind of like Islamic agenda, be like that. I have no idea. I don't share that opinion. But I want to let you understand that this group here, this group close to Gumi here, do you know what is in their mind? Do you know how they indoctrinate these people? Do you know what is in their head as they go about? Because when they are taking the life of people, you ask yourself, so what exactly do they want? I will let you know. The small boys, these are people that, from childhood, the young boys, they indoctrinate, they think they are working for God. I know Islamic religion is a peaceful religion. Christianity is peaceful religion. All religions in the world are peaceful religion. I'm just going to play you a video. What somebody said. And then we'll ask the question, is this the things in their mind? I hope you understand what I'm trying to do, right? Yes. We are only asking the question, is this the things in their mind as they go about, taking churches, burning churches, villages, and is this the thing in their mind? Listen to this.
The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house, inshallah. But we have to be a part of that change. And never, ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never, ever compromise. We're uncompromising.
You see what they said? You see what this man said? He said Islam will enter every house. Now, let's switch. How is he going to enter the houses?
When Muslims go and conquer the adjacent country, what do? We kill them all? No. The Prophet says, the first thing you do is call them to Islam. If they accept it, leave them. Khalas, they're Muslims, we go. If they refuse, then tell them to pay taxation, jizya. If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take, because you refuse, I give you two good options.
You refuse, I give you two options. So when they go and capture somebody, the next country, what they do is that they will first of all ask you to become what? A Muslim. That is what he's saying, I'm not the one. I don't share this view. I'm only asking questions. Then, if you don't want to be a Muslim, then you'll be paying tax to them. If you refuse that one too, then they capture you, they will take your people, you become our slaves. Are these the things in the mind of these individuals? We are only asking the question. As they are taking the agenda, capturing people truly. Because when they go to countries, these people in Nigeria, Ibrahim Traore said it, General Lanley, the AFRICOM command also said it, that when they come, they are looking for, land. When you want to go into agreement with them, you need to negotiate in such a way that you'll be providing things for them. It's kind of like they want something, you need to give them something. The whole thing is aligning with what this man is saying here, but I don't share that view. I'm only asking the question, is this what we are seeing? It's a question. Because the way these people go about in Nigeria and they are taking the life of people left and right. And it looks like the Nigerian Army, I don't know what they are doing. A general is executed. If in any serious country, a general is executed, the Nigerian Army would have declared a solid, serious operation against these people. But everything is just calm. We don't know what is going on. The general is dead, The children adopted, they are gone. People, they went to churches, executed people, that's all. They took, what is happening? Nigeria is gradually becoming a problem. If Nigeria is completely hijacked, we have a problem. And the lady, the MP, the Canadian MP said something. She said, look, she feels like the Nigerian government is part of the problem. So if the Nigerian government want to prove to us that they are not part of the problem, then they should solve the problem. And those of you who are calling outside there, oh, we want the US to come in. I don't have problem with you. But I want to give advice. We have seen multiple interventions in the past. These same people you are calling, they were in Burkina Faso, they were not able to solve the problem. The problem was getting even more problematic. They were in Niger, they were in Mali. The problem was getting more problematic. That is why the soldiers have to take it upon themselves. Meaning that African problem must be solved by Africans. We cannot continue referring to the source of the problem to solve the problem. I always make this statement. It will make us look stupid. You are on the continent of Africa with information available. We know where our problem is coming from. We know. And we cannot continue ignoring the fact that we know where the problem is coming from. And we will still be calling for the source of the problem to solve our problem. Nigeria gradually is becoming a failed state. If something drastic is not done to solve the problem, we will be here. Nigeria will fall completely, like Sudan has just fallen. As for African Union, we don't know where it is. That union, we don't know where it is right now. Where we have that union, where the union who is in charge of the security and the well-being of the continent, the organization is there. People outside the continent are trying to solve the problem of the continent. Contrary to what the foreign minister of Nigeria said, this pastor have this to say to us.
I've performed several genocide burial, more than 70 times. Imagine some of the grave are 501.
That is enough. So who do we believe? We who are outside, we know that what this man is saying is not true. As I'm talking to you right now, Nicki Minaj is even adding her voice to the situation happening in Nigeria. Nigerian celebrities, the big pastors, they are nowhere to be found in the conversation. This is a serious conversation that the whole Nigeria needs to be talking about too. But the big pastors are not part of the conversation. They are interested in tithe and whatever they can do. Sowing seed and prophesying blessing. When there is a problem coming, they are giving hope to the people. Whatever hope they are giving to the people in the church, I'm telling them that the hope is false if these problems and issues are not addressed.